Hey, welcome back to the channel. We're going to go out and start planting today. Wanted to show you some of the cool things we got going on. We're wiring up the tractor. We have our GMRS radio, our boom box, power for this side. We got our 360 camera running over on this side. We have the phone over on that side. Now we're not going to be doing a lot of stuff that is going to be very dusty. I wouldn't have any of this stuff on there. Maybe just the GoPro. So you got to make sure that if you're running in the dust, all your connections will be toast in a very short order. So you wouldn't, you'd have to protect from that. So we're going to be planting corn today and maybe some other things, but we're making the raised rows for the corn, so we're going to get those stacked up. I have quite a few trials of corn that we'll be trying, and then we're also going to throw some wheatgrass. I think we're going to put some, I was going to juice this, but I think instead of juicing that, I'm probably going to plant it. I'm going to make a hard winter wheat in summer. Why would I do that? I don't know. It's past the point of juicing. We got the true leaves coming out already on the wheatgrass, so it will no longer be a sweet grass. So we'll just plant it. If all else fails, give it to the chickens, I guess. All right, so let's get out into the field and get working. Okay, so we're out here in the field. We planted some of the corn last night, and here's how we did it. So we planted, we put in the row, and then we planted, and then we put on the wood chips. So essentially that's how we're going to be making some of these rows. We might just plant straight in the ground. Now this is corn. You're not supposed to row up corn, so these rows are very shallow. I just wanted a little extra drainage if I could help it. And we'll see if they tolerate that or not. But yeah, so here we go. We're going to just keep building these rows and see what happens. All right, as the day comes to a close, we made some rows here and filling them with corn. We're going to do, I think, 5 rows total. Definitely need multiple rows with corn because they cross-pollinate. Each kernel of corn needs pollination. So corn does a good job of blowing in the wind and getting that pollination going. So, well, good morning, Homestead family. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. We're going to be planting some potatoes today. We're going to be doing it in, we're just going to cover the potatoes and cover them with wood chips. So kind of a back to Eden style, but we will have some soil in here as well. So yesterday we started making the rows for the corn. We're going to have 5 rows here. Got a little ways under there, and then we'll again mulch between the rows here for weed suppression, and on top of the little rows, which will pretty much be flat by the time everything breaks down. Over here we're going to go ahead and mound up a little bit, planting some golds, some whites. We have reds. All right, so we got a few rows put in here. I was recording this with my time lapse, forgot to plug it in, it died. So don't have much in that. But as you can see here, we took the rows and put them under mulch. We'll then even this down. This is too high, but this stuff breaks down pretty fast when it's in small piles. I've never planted this many potatoes in my life in one sitting. So my last garden was not like a quarter of this size, and here we are planting multiple rows. So it's a lot for one person to do. And then the mulch should help with watering. We'll put the water lines in, of course, as well. But we just planted the George's whites. We planted like where that cone is on this row. We planted, we're just starting the reds. So we got probably another row and a half of reds, and then we'll move into like the Yukon golds. So now I think the time lapse will work. So we'll time lapse the rest of this. Okay, so my montage thing didn't work because the camera battery died, then the charger for the camera died, So I don't have very much in terms of time-lapse footage. So I'll just explain it. So basically, we make a new row and we put the potatoes in that row. We water it down once, then we cover it, then we put the wood chips over it. So we're covering it with soil, and we got the test results back for this. It'll work for potatoes, and then we'll amend it later as we go on. You know, that's one of the things where people get like analysis paralysis, where people just basically don't start because they think their soil is not perfect. Start. Even if it's not perfect, even if your yield is a little bit lower, you're learning, you're getting something started, you're starting, you're doing. And it's more important to do and fail than it is to just never do. So get out there and plant as much as you can this year. With all the turmoil and all the uncertainties that 2024 is going to bring, it's super important to just be self-sufficient in something. Planting food, water, food, medicine, communication, just be self-sufficient in something. I digress. Okay, let's get back to planting. Okay, now that we have put the row of potatoes in and watered them down, then we put a layer of soil on and water it down again. And now we're gonna go ahead and put the wood chips on for a moisture barrier, weed barrier, and something for the potatoes to grow up through. The soil underneath the potato is loose, the sides are loose, and the top is loose. So the potato can grow any direction it wants. Hopefully, it's going to grow up. We want the potatoes to be on the loose part of the ground, not digging way down to make it easier to harvest. But if the conditions are wrong up top, it goes down. So pulling these things out at the end of the year will be a challenge, if that's the case. What's up, Maddie? What's up, Maddie? You ready to make some potatoes? Huh? You ready to make some potatoes? Checking out those cows, huh? All right, the sun is setting. We got a couple of rows in, 4 rows, and it takes a long time with a small tractor to dump dozens of rows of wood chips on top, but it is what it is. We're enjoying a beautiful sunset and a great day out in the garden. Join us online, backroadshomesteading.com. Join our free e-newsletter. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.